There's a sound ringing in my head. Golden faces dancing in the sand.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks for going to Lollapalooza. So I've been to Lollapalooza twice, so I've kind of gotten to know, in my opinion, the best way to experience Lolla and some tips that I wish that I knew when I went for the first time, because the first year I went, I watched some videos, but there wasn't too many, mostly videos about like Coachella, in which those helped, but Lolla's different, so if this is your first year going, this video will help you. So let's get right into it. Tip number one is staying hydrated. So as you know, festivals are crowded, there are thousands of people, and specifically Lolla, it is in late July, early August, and that is the hottest time of the year in Chicago. So staying hydrated is really important so you don't pass out in the crowd, especially since it's hot and you're constantly sweating and losing water. One of my tips is to bring an empty water bottle. It doesn't even have to be a reusable one. I brought an empty plastic water bottle last year and was able to refill it. So yes, bringing an empty water bottle so you can refill it at their refill stations. They have water refill stations scattered throughout the whole festival, and you can look on their app to see the map to where the closest one is to you. And so yeah, definitely bring either a reusable water bottle, make sure there's no water in it before it has to be empty when you're going through security, but then you can fill it at the water filling station when you get into the festival and throughout the day. Tip number two is what to bring / your bag, and I recommend bringing a clear bag because you can go through security easier. I bring a clear backpack every year and I love it because I can carry lots of stuff in it. I can carry my merch in it that I buy, I can carry my phone in it, I can carry everything that I bring inside of that bag. And when you go through security, they usually might open your bag, but usually they just like look around it. Since it's clear, they can just flip it over and look inside. And so I go through security like that, which is good if you are going to get in early to get close. Then they're not like digging through your bag trying to make sure they can see everything that's in it. Some staples of stuff I like to bring are a sunscreen stick, because I find it easier to apply rather than liquid sunscreen, because you can only bring a certain size of liquid sunscreen, otherwise they will throw it out. And you can't bring any spray sunscreen either. Stick sunscreen, you can get it on Amazon. It works much better. You can use it on your face, you can use it on your body. I recommend bringing portable chargers because there's nothing worse than your phone dying at a festival. Trust me, because whenever you're waiting or you're just taking pictures, or say you're taking videos and all of a sudden your phone says 10% is about to die and you're screwed. They do have portable chargers that you can rent. You might have to pay money for it. I'm not sure. I've never used it before because I usually bring my own. But it is better to bring your own, and they're not that expensive. You can also get them on Amazon. Recommend bringing your own because they're truly a necessity, especially since you don't want to have your phone dead and you're trying to call Uber home or trying to find your way home or back to your hotel, and your phone isn't dead and you're not scrambling to find like somewhere to charge your phone. Last thing I recommend bringing is Tylenol or ibuprofen, because you never know what's going to happen at Lolla. You could randomly get a headache from it being hot, or you could get a headache from just there being big crowds and being surrounded by so many people. You could get hurt, like your ankles could start hurting from standing all day, your knees, your legs, whatever. A lot of the time my feet or my ankles will start to hurt during the day, or there's a time that I got a headache because I wasn't drinking enough water. That was on me. But yeah, definitely recommend bringing ibuprofen or Tylenol because they do allow over-the-counter medicine. So tip number three, wear comfortable shoes. I cannot stress this enough. I see so many people every year wearing heels or big platform like chunky boots like Demonias. I don't even know how people stand for 8 hours plus in those shoes, because I honestly, good for them because they eat. And although they eat and they're very cute and fashionable, I'm just thinking like the whole time their feet must hurt so bad. Because even after wearing, like, I wear gym shoes every year because they're honestly the most comfortable, and after standing for hours and hours, especially if you're waiting at a stage for an artist, it gets unbelievably painful standing there, like in my legs and my feet and my ankles. It starts to hurt so bad, and a lot of the time you can't sit down because there's so many people like waiting around you. And so I just can't even imagine like wearing heels, boots, or anything like that other than gym shoes or like sneakers, because my feet already hurt, like not a lot, but they hurt. just wearing gym shoes, and although they are comfortable, which makes it that much better, especially since you're walking around the festival, like last year, each day at least got 20,000 steps. So I definitely recommend wearing comfortable shoes, and whatever that is for you, whether it's boots or gym shoes or like Converse, whichever, just wear the shoes you feel most comfortable in, because I promise you, you will not regret it, and it is so worth it to choose comfortability over being fashionable and wearing heels or platform boots. Tip number 4 I have for getting merch is, if you're looking to get specific merch for a specific artist, I recommend getting there earlier, because their stuff tends to send out I can't speak. Their stuff sent oh my god, stuff tends to sell out really quickly by the end of the day. So if you're like, get there and then you're just waiting all day, you're like, oh, I'll buy merch at the end of the day, it's probably going to be sold out. So if you're looking for a specific artist piece of merch in a specific size, then I recommend getting your merch as soon as you get there. As soon as you get in the festival, get your merch, get it out of the way. The line will probably be long, it will definitely be long, but it's so worth it to just get it out of the way. If you're not seeing anybody in the beginning of the day, just get the merch and then go to see whatever artist you're going to see, or do whatever you want to do. Okay, so tip number 5 I have saving money on food. So at Lolla they have so many different vendors for food and so many different options. They truly have everything from vegan food, vegetarian food, to like every cuisine, Asian, American, Italian. They have everything. And so although they have everything, their food is pretty expensive, so I recommend either splitting it with somebody. So like you can get like pizza and then split it with somebody, so you can split the cost and it won't be as expensive. And then I usually recommend bringing like a small snack, since they do allow you to bring little small snacks inside, because again, you don't want to pass out because you're not eating, because 1, you either don't want to spend that much money, or 2, because you're waiting in a spot and you don't want to leave to get food and then your spot be gone. And so I recommend bringing, like I said, a small snack. It can be something like a granola bar, or like a little like thing of like nuts, or like fruit snacks, if you know what those are. Just small things I recommend bringing to keep food in your system so you don't pass out, because there's nothing worse than having your spot somewhere, being in the crowd, and then all of a sudden you're that person that passes out and everybody's screaming to come, like for somebody to come help get you out of the pit. Okay, so tip number 6 I have keeping yourself cool. Last year I brought a chargeable hand fan, not like the one where you go like this, but the one where you press the button and then it has a little fan and it spins, and it was a lifesaver, let me tell you, because every day it's hot. Whether it's raining, it's still humid and hot, or it's full sun, it's even hotter. Whenever I get hot in the crowds waiting, like last year I was waiting for Chaperone, and whenever you just are waiting in the crowd, it gets so hot because everybody's body heat is just constantly like on you, because everybody's so packed in. And so that hand fan blowing, or not the hand fan, sorry, that fan that I had blowing on me was literally a lifesaver. So if you're someone that overheats easily, I recommend getting one and bringing it, because it truly helped me so much and it made such a big difference. I hate feeling like I'm constantly like overheated. Tip number 7 I have is take advantage of the sponsors that Lolla has. So when you go to Lolla, they have all these different like setups or cabanas that are sponsors from Lollapalooza. For example, they have like a Dunkin' Donuts one. Last year they had a Tree Hut one. They have a T-Mobile one. And I never checked them out until last year. And I was surprised because they give away like free stuff, and like they give away free merch, or they give away free products. Like Tree Hut would give away like free like body scrubs last year. Sometimes they'll have like air conditioned rooms, like the Uber One Lounge had one last year. And so we went there 2 days because 1, they're giving away free merch, and also 2, they're giving away free water, free cookies, and they had an air-conditioned room with couches so you can sit on. And if you've been to a festival, to sit in an air-conditioned room with a couch, that is like a VIP luxury, and we were regular GA, so it was like heaven in there. So I say check out the little sponsorship tents. They're not always tents, they might just be like a little like building, but look around for them and see what you can get out of them, because they're truly like so fun and you get cool stuff out of it. For tip number 8 is if you would like to try to get barricade. If you're going to want to get barricade, watch this part. If not, you can go to tip number 9. So if you want to get barricade for an artist, if they're a headliner, it's going to be harder, but if they're a smaller artist, it'll definitely be easier. I recommend getting in line / getting to the park early in the morning. Make sure to wear your running shoes, because you will be sprinting the stage. People will be sprinting to the stage, and it is farther than you think. It was way farther than I thought when I ran for Billy. Like I said, if you're going for a smaller artist, you probably don't have to go as early, and you won't have as many people fighting for a barricade spot, so you could probably show up a little later, or just you won't be fighting with as many people to get the barricade. But like I said, if you're going for somebody popular like the headliner or somebody that has a big fan base, you're definitely going to want to get there a little earlier. And by little I mean a lot earlier if you really are determined to get that barricade spot. For Billie Eilish in 2023, people showed up as early as 1 to 2 a.m. I'm personally not that crazy, especially for a festival. That's absolutely insane, especially since it not only depends on whether you show up early, but it also depends on if you're a fast runner, because if somebody shows up an hour later than you and they're a faster runner than you, or if they get in earlier than you somehow, then they're gonna get in there before you or at the stage before you. I recommend showing up between 5 and 7 a.m. Make sure you're also drinking a good amount of water and eating food. Also, just making sure you're not drinking too much water so you don't have to go to the bathroom. But if you absolutely do have to go to the bathroom, I recommend making friends around you. That is such an important thing. Going to concerts or festivals in general, if you're trying to keep your spot and you need to go to the bathroom, make friends around you, because they will hold your spot if you're a nice person. But if you're rude and you're not talking to anybody, then they're not gonna hold your spot. Tip number 9 is security and what's allowed in the festival. So going through security, there's 2 entrances. There's the main entrance and then the second one, which is smaller than the main one. The main one is always the busiest, obviously. They have priority entry for GA+, VIP, and Platinum ticket holders. They have their own entry, so you don't have to go on with them. They might go on the main entry, but I can't see why they would want to when they have their own. But for the regular GA, they all either go in the main one or the second one. Bags that are 6x9 or smaller don't need to be clear and can have more than one pocket, but all bags larger than 6x9 must be smaller than 12x6x12 and clear. Although I see people bring their backpacks every year, somehow they make it inside, so you could bring a bag bigger than that and it not be clear, but they might also be like, might get that security guard that's pretty strict that's like, nope, you can't bring it in, and then you're like, where'd I put my bag? I recommend just trying to, like I said, get a clear bag, because it's so worth it. They will not turn you down if you have a clear bag. Hydration packs are allowed and do not need to be clear, but they can't have any liquid in it, so make sure it's empty before you bring it in. Some items that are allowed in are binoculars, cameras, but only point and shoot cameras, no like cameras that have a detachable lens or any more professional ones. Like a example for a point and shoot would be like the Canon G7X. Also allow empty water bottles, like I said, electrolyte packets, and sunscreen in a non-aerosol container. So like I said, no spray sunscreen. They do allow liquid sunscreen, but I'm pretty sure it has to be in a, you can't bring like a big bottle of liquid sunscreen, it has to be a small one. So that's why I said the stick, because it will last longer. If you want more information about what is allowed at Lolla, you're allowed to bring, then just go to the website here and they'll tell you everything you can and can't bring. My last tip, which is tip number 10, is how to not lose your friends. So one of the most frustrating and scary things to happen at a festival is losing your group, because obviously you don't want to be alone and the reception is awful, so it's not like you can just text and be like, oh, I'm here, or call them. Sometimes that stuff doesn't go through. A lot of the time it doesn't go through, so you're stuck like, where are my people? And I can't even tell them like where I am or where to meet up. And so it's really scary and frustrating to lose your friends, because then you're like, so there's this app called Point Go. Point Go, if you'd like to sponsor me, that'd be great, because I love the Point Go app. I use it with my friends. I used it with my mom when she came to Lolla with me in 2023. And it's just a perfect way to stay safe and find your friends or family. It's basically an app where you put in what festival you're going to. It's not only just for Lolla, you can do it with Coachella, GovBall, ACL, any festival you're going to. Your friends should also download the app, because then you can become friends on there. You can share your locations. If you're trying to find a friend, you can use the app to find where they are. There's this little feature where it has an arrow pointing in which direction they are if you're trying to find them, and it also says how many feet away they are and if you're going the right way. If you're not going the right way, you can also set a point in the festival map where you'd like to meet up with your friends. So say you want to meet up at a specific merch tent at 3 p.m. Then you say meet up at this specific spot at 3 p.m. and then it'll alert all your friends that you're friends with and going to the festival with. And then on the app you can also set reminders for artists you want to see, and you can see a full view of the map from the app as well, making it easier to find your way around. So all in all, my experience with Lolla is I love Lollapalooza. I love it so much because one, it's always close to my birthday. Either it's on my birthday weekend or a couple days before my birthday, so every year it's like a little celebration. It's so fun and truly worth every penny. Never gone, I recommend going because it's truly the best. Vibes are always great. They always have good lineups. To me, they always have good lineups. To everybody else, obviously everybody has different music taste, but I always see my favorite artist on the lineups every year. So, but specifically this year's lineup is insane. This is the lineup this year and I'm so excited. Every day there are so many artists I am so excited to see. Although Lolla is really tiring, all festivals really are, especially since Lolla is 4-day, it is so worth it in the end because I have so many amazing memories and so many stories. I have so many fun and like funny memories to look back onto and stories that I just think about and talk about all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comment them below and I will respond to them. Truly comment any questions you have because I will give my honest opinion, honest answer. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe like I say always. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!